you have a lot more choice of the ship and the itinerary. Hey sailors, welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we're going to go through the differences between Steiner and Canyon Ranch. So hopefully by the end of this video you will know which company is right for you. Please press like and subscribe for more cruise ship content, and also if you have any video suggestions, you know what to do. Leave them in the comments or DM me over on Instagram at Cruising as Crew. I get back to everyone and I love talking to you guys and hearing what you want to see from me, because after all, I want to make stuff that you want to watch and, you know, answer your questions. No point me making these videos if it's not actually doing anyone any favours. So make sure you let me know. But as for now, let's get into the video. So for those of you who don't know, Steiner and Canyon Ranch are companies that hire spa staff for cruise ships. So if you are a massage therapist, an acupuncturist, a medi-spa doctor, a fitness instructor, a facialist, anything in the beauty industry and you want to work within the spa, you're going to go through Steiner or Canyon Ranch. There used to be a few cruise lines who hired like in-house spa staff, but the majority of cruise lines will use, well, we'll get into that, but basically you have to go through one of these two companies. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I used to work for Steiner. I have not worked for Canyon Ranch personally, but I've spoke to a lot of people who have worked for Canyon Ranch, and one person who's worked for both Canyon Ranch and Steiner. Hi Raquel, if you're watching. And they have helped me come up with some pointers and really identify the similarities and the differences between the two companies. So number one, Canyon Ranch guarantee that their therapists will make a minimum of $1,000 per month, while Steiner guarantees that their therapists will make a minimum of $800 per month. Now what this means, if you're a massage therapist, for example, and you do $600 worth of treatments in a month, so you're only going to make $600. Canyon Ranch are going to bring you up to $1,000 and Steiner are going to bring you up to $800. So Canyon Ranch does offer a higher minimum pay. But let me just say, for both of these companies, you're going to work extremely hard. So if you are only making $800 or $1,000 per month, then it really isn't worth it for the amount of hours you work. I'm just letting you know, you're more than likely going to earn a lot more than that, but the minimum amount is $800 for Steiner and $1,000 for Canyon Ranch. So whether you work for Steiner or Canyon Ranch, a lot of your money is going to be made up by gratuity tips. So what happens is, whichever company you work for, there is going to be an automatic gratuity in the bill. Let's say someone has a massage and they pay $100 for that massage. A percentage of that is going to go straight to you. That is your automatic gratuity. But the percentage obviously is different. So for Steiner, the percentage of gratuity that you get will depend on the cruise line. So for example, if you work for Steiner but you go on a P&O ship, you will be getting 15%. If you work for Steiner but you end up working on a Royal Caribbean ship, you will get 18%. Don't ask me why the percentage is different depending on the cruise line. I really couldn't tell you and I can't find out why, but that's just how it is. Now, if you work for Canyon Ranch, the percentage is 18%. We'll go into why it doesn't fluctuate as much with Canyon Ranch in a little bit. And also with Canyon Ranch, their treatment prices they're more expensive than the treatments that Steiner offer. So 18% with Canyon Ranch is going to work out more than 18% with Steiner because the treatment price is lower. I hope that makes sense. Now that is your automatic gratuity. Obviously the guest that you have in for a treatment might decide to tip you a little bit more because the guest isn't always aware that there is an automatic gratuity within the price. It does say on the receipt, obviously they have to know, but I mean, who reads their receipt really? So a lot of times they'll give you a little bit more, but it just means that that percentage is guaranteed. So if you have a passenger and they decide that they don't want to tip you, which is completely fine, you're safe because you've already got that 18%, 15% that's already included in the bill. Steiner contracts are 9 months. Canyon Ranch contracts are 7 months. And I think I have said in previous videos, I do 6 months working for Harding, working in the shops. Whenever I get to like the end of 6 months, I'm tired, but I was like, yeah, I could do another month. I could do 7 months. 6 to 7 months is a very good contract length, especially considering you work so many hours working for either Steiner or Canyon Ranch, because the spa is open all the time. It's not like the shops, for example, when they're only open when the ship is at sea. The spa is going to be open in port and when the ship is at sea. But the fact that the contracts with Canyon Ranch are 7 months is great, because by the end of 9 months working for Steiner, or you know what, it doesn't matter what job you do on board, if you spend 9 months on board. I knew a receptionist who did 9 months on board, and that was completely voluntarily, because he just kept extending his contract. So it doesn't matter what job you do on board, if you're on a ship for 9 months, you are going to be on your knees by the end of it. Like, you're going to be so tired. So I really like that Canyon Ranch do shorter contracts. If you're a therapist who's 8 months into her contract, you're definitely not going to deliver as good a service as you would in your first month. I'm not saying that you become a bad therapist. I'm just saying you're knackered. You are knackered at 8 to 9 months. Steiner spas open at 8 o'clock for passengers to have treatments, which means that the therapists need to be in at 7:30 in the morning, and they close at 10 o'clock at night. Canyon Ranch spas open at 8 o'clock in the morning, so same thing, you come in at 7:30, but they close at 9 o'clock at night, which is better, because realistically, it's very, very rare that you will get someone having a massage or any treatment at 9 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock. It's just, people don't really want a massage at that time of the day. But what I will say, when I worked for Steiner, we usually left the spa at 8 o'clock. The majority of the spa therapists would finish their day at 8 o'clock, and then 2 people would stay and sit on reception. So the spa was open, so people could come in the spa at, like, you know, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30 and book a treatment for the next day, but you couldn't have a treatment. The only thing is that is completely up to the manager. Most managers will do this because, I mean, to be honest, they're stupid if they keep all their therapists there till 10 o'clock, because unless you're fully booked, which you will never be, you're never going to have a fully booked spa at 8, 9 p.m. at night. It's just not going to happen. So more than likely you will be finishing your day at 8 p.m. And with Canyon Ranch, I don't know, they might do the same thing in terms of the majority of the therapists finish their day at 7 p.m. and they just keep 2 people on the desk until 9 p.m. If that's the case, then you would finish earlier. However, if they keep everyone there till 9 p.m, then you're kind of better off with Steiner, because you finish at 8 p.m, unless it's your turn to do late desk, which is where you sit on reception desk from 8 till 10. Now, if you're in a big spa, you might only be doing that like 3 or 4 times. I was going to say in your contract, but 6 times in your contract. Your contract's 9 months. Like, you're not going to be doing it very often because it's on rotation and there's so many people working in the spa. Both companies offer their therapists 1.5 days off a week, but as I have said in previous videos, you can earn more time off by hitting target. How this is given to you is up to your manager. Like, you could be given the time as you get 1 full day off and then half a day off. You could be given it like you get 3 half days off, which is the norm. Or I have heard, not very often, but I have heard that some managers give their therapists like 4 hours off a day, which is not ideal because it's not enough time to do anything. It's not enough time to do your laundry. It's not enough time to get off and explore a place. It's not enough time to have a nap. But anyway, that's very unlikely. My point is, Steiner managers, from my experience, will normally give you your 1.5 days off a week in 3. So you will get 3 mornings off. If you get afternoons off, that's amazing, just because it feels like longer, but you'll normally get mornings off and then you'll come into work at 2:30 in the afternoon. And I've heard that Canyon Ranch give you 1 full day off and a half day. Now, being sat at home, you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, getting 3 half days off sounds good because then you get to see like 3 places instead of 2 places. Having a full day off a week to completely detach yourself from work is so important. It's the best thing. If you have a manager that gives you a full day off, oh my God, she is an angel. because you need it. You need that time to just decompress, not think about targets, not be thinking about retail and the people you work with and everything like that. So the fact that Canyon Ranch, you get a full day off per week, I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a big deal. It really is. Now, like I said, you could work for Steiner and be blessed with a manager that gives you a full day off and a half day. But as I said, the majority of Steiner managers are going to give you your time off in half days. Both companies are going to expect you to sell products. I'm afraid there is no way around this. Whatever company you work for, you will be expected to sell. However, what I have heard is that with Canyon Ranch, there is less pressure. They're more bothered about you giving a great treatment and getting the guest rebooked rather than selling. Whereas Steiner, although, hey, of course they're going to say that they want you to do a great service, and they do want you to do a great service, but they also want you to sell just as much as they want you to do a great service. You absolutely have to sell products. So with Steiner, you really feel the pressure to sell. And the thing is, with companies, whatever you're feeling, it's always filtered down. If you're in a really stressy company, it's usually because the management are stressed. The people at the head are stressed, so they're putting pressure on the managers, so the managers are going to put pressure on you. The reason that Steiner are so focused on retail is because the company make a lot of revenue from the products that you sell because of the agreement they have with LMS and the other skincare products. Now, you as a therapist make the bulk of your money from that 18% that we talked about earlier, or 15%. You make the bulk of your money from gratuity. Now, don't get me wrong, you can make a lot of money from selling products. You will make a good percentage. If you were going to do one or the other, you are going to make a lot more money doing more treatments and rebooking people rather than selling products. But obviously the company are going to put so much pressure on you to sell products because that's how they make money. So I'm guessing, and you know, I know one shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. But I'm going to assume that Canyon Ranch have some sort of different agreement which enables them to put less pressure on their therapists to sell. So maybe they make a lot more money from services than Steiner do, which is why they're more service focused. I don't know their business plan, but I'm guessing that that is the reason that they're able to, you know, not put so much pressure on. The last thing I'm going to mention, but the most important thing, and probably the only thing you need to hear to be able to make your decision, Canyon Ranch are only looking after Cunard ships. So this means if you work for Canyon Ranch, you are going to be on a Cunard ship. Now that explains why the whole 18%, well that doesn't fluctuate because they're only working with one cruise line. Whereas Steiner work with every other cruise line. So if you work for Steiner, you could be on a Costa ship, Carnival, P&O, Royal Caribbean, TUI, Norwegian Cruise Line, Pullman Tour, Holland America, Disney Cruise Line and Virgin Voyages. So if you work for Steiner, you have a lot more choice of the ship and the itinerary. So that kind of takes me back to, like, obviously Steiner are putting more pressure on you to sell products, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's a business. And because they put pressure on you, you sell, which means they make more money. They make more money for them and they make more money for the cruise lines, which is why they have every cruise line and Canyon Ranch don't. They simply don't make as much money as Steiner. And that's what it comes down to. It's a business. What I will say, if you work for Steiner, you go to the academy and you get put on a Holland America ship. Although after your first contract, you can request ships, you can request a ship, they like to keep you with the same cruise line because obviously every cruise line does things slightly differently. So if you are going into Steiner thinking or knowing that you're like, I would really like to work for Holland America, Royal Caribbean, P&O, Carnival, then what I would say is tell the people at the academy and just say, hey, I know that like you're gonna decide and whatever, but I just wanted to say I would really like to go on this cruise line, because after you've done your first contract with Royal Caribbean, it's going to be very hard for you then to be like, I want to go on Holland America. It can happen, it definitely can happen, but they will try and keep you with the same cruise line. So I would try and do your research on the cruise lines before you get a job with Steiner, so you have some idea of which one you want to go on, and you can obviously vocalize it to the people at the academy. So those are the similarities and the differences between those two companies, and I really hope this has helped you out. I hope you now kind of have a better idea of which one you want to go for. But anyway guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please give it a like, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I have a lot more videos coming your way. And if you have any video suggestions, leave them down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday.